Conley. See how the Wolves play this defensively. There's about a 3-second differential. Shot clock and game clock.
Foul.
Curry outside to Green. Oh, the tap away and steal. Anderson to Towns for three. Cash! Can't find anybody. Nearly 5 seconds. Poole trying to make a play. Throws it out of bounds. Warriors turn it over. Curry lost it. Puts it up. Missed it. Wolves win.
Following the most disastrous loss of the season, the Golden State Warriors were left with one choice entering the game against New Orleans: win. Now that seems obvious to say, but entering the game a win was the difference between fighting for their lives in the play-in or moving much closer to a secured playoff spot and maybe even a top 4 or 5 seed. The issue? The team they were facing in New Orleans had won 5 in a row, and to say things started poorly would be an understatement.
Big man spinning, floating it up and in. Poole pushing the other way, and he turns it over. Trey Murphy hits a three. Column for three. Pelicans are taking the Warriors out of every kind of action. McCollum lasering in threes. CJ McCollum's got 13. Ingram knows it. He walks into that triple. They are 9 of 14 on threes.
But following an awful first half, the Dubs arrived in the second half and they did what they do best, which was leaving the Pelicans with absolutely no answers for their offensive chaos. Led by one man, of course. Trailing by 11 points with 90 seconds left in the third quarter, Steph hit 3 threes in 90 seconds. Just to truly put that into perspective, Jason Tatum is 8th in the NBA for 3-point makes per game at 3.2. Steph pretty much matched that in less than 2 minutes of time. Here he is getting a quick screen from GP2. Despite getting the shot he wants, he doesn't get it to fall. Luckily, Loon is on the boards to clean it up before kicking it out to Steph, who was relocated, and well, yeah. The next play, he gets just a little bit of space again before pulling up in Jonas Valanciunas' face from 30 feet away. But it was the final three that wasn't a testament to Steph, but it was a testament to the rebounding genius himself, Kevon Looney. It starts by Loon setting a screen to free up Steph. He then rushes and beats 2 defenders to the ball before kicking it out to Lamb, who kicks it out to a wide open JP. Loon then once again beats out Valanciunas before kicking it out to a wide open Steph, who obviously isn't going to miss 2 in a row. But just in case you thought the Warriors' avalanche was done, who else but Gary Payton II with the full court pressure on BI, picking his pocket and leading to a dunk for Poole. All of a sudden, the lead had been cut to 4, and it was this 2-minute stretch right here that shows why the Warriors are such a dangerous team at home and in the playoffs. Steph Curry can give you 9 points in 90 seconds, and you pair that with the crowd's energy and hustle plays from the likes of Loon, GP2, and of course Draymond Green. It's a recipe for playoff success that made the Warriors practically unbeatable at home in last year's playoffs. But the job wasn't done there. The Pels still had a lead, and with Steph due a rest early in the fourth quarter, it was still an uphill battle for the Dubs. That's when 2 guys decided to step up and put the team on their backs, because trailing 91-87 early in the fourth, Jonathan Kuminga and Jordan Poole proceeded to score the Warriors' next 21 straight points. 21 on a combined 8 of 10 shooting, and the Pels just had no answer for the speed of JP. Here he is giving the ball up to Dre before setting a quick screen for Steph, which draws 2 defenders momentarily, and from there JP hits a hard back cut, and just look at this Euro step. I mean, come on. Or how about the Kuminga and Dre connection on 2 different plays? On this first play, Dre gets to the middle of the floor. JK recognizes quickly that there's space in behind and makes a really nice cut to the rim. And well, the other play, yeah, just look at it for yourselves.
Oh, and Green sets up Kuminga.
Can we just hold on for a second? Let's run that back. Just pause it right here. This is supposed to be a forward and he's catching lobs through contact like he's Orlando Dwight Howard. And credit has to go to Draymond as well, because you can bash on his scoring, but he remains one of the very best passers in the league, not to mention the suffocating defense he played in the second half, backing up the trash talk that he was dishing out when the Warriors were down 20 points. And following the two young stars stepping up, it was a familiar face who had to close things out the only way he knows how, with yet another Curry flurry scoring 7 points in the space of 90 seconds. But it was more than just a must-win game for playoff seeding. This game proved a few really important things. We know that Steph Curry and Draymond Green remain completely dominant on either end of the floor, but in case you had any doubts as to how Jonathan Kuminga and Jordan Poole will perform in this year's playoffs, this is just a glimpse at what they can do. And let's start with Jordan Poole, because the last 3 games of the season have been the most important games from JP. Not only is he averaging an efficient 27 points, but he's doing it off the bench. Only 11 times this season has he scored 20 plus points off the bench. 3 of those 11 times have been in the last 3 games, and it's this level of productivity that the Warriors need heading into the playoffs, because he is the only player on the team that can give the Dubs some of that explosiveness that Steph provides. Obviously he's not Steph, but for quarters at a time, he can be completely unguardable, like we saw against Philly and New Orleans, carrying the Warriors in minutes without Steph on the floor. He was also great against Minnesota, aside from a couple of silly turnovers, but that's not the only thing that he's done well recently. Even with his great offense, Poole wouldn't be consistently closing out games if he hadn't stepped up on defense. And that's exactly what he's done recently, which gives the Warriors a chance to run Steph and JP on the floor more consistently down the stretch, which is just an absolute nightmare for teams to guard at the other end of the floor. And at this point with Jonathan Kuminga, I'm not surprised when he comes off the bench and helps the team win. It's surprising if he doesn't drop 15 points because of the consistency at which he's been playing offensively. Over the last 7 games, JK has been in double digits 5 times, including 2 20-point games, and he's just thriving off his improved cutting ability to go along with athleticism that, well, simply can't be taught. But most importantly, the chemistry between he and Draymond on offense is key, because if they can coexist on that end, or defensively, they can cause some real issues as a duo. I mean, look no further than one of the first plays of the game, where Kuminga makes a play we've seen Dre make 1,000 times, helping over to block McCollum's shot as he had got past the first line of defense. If you did enjoy the video, a like would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe to the channel for more. Have a great day. Bye.